Good afternoon. So I promise I'll get to our good news, but I have just a moment of context first. Here in Tulsa, over 1/3 of children under the age of 5 currently live in poverty. Poverty has many consequences, both visible and invisible. These consequences are lifelong. In my field of education, we talk about the impact of poverty as the achievement gap. The achievement gap is real and has been documented as early as 9 months of age. This gap grows rapidly across the early childhood period and persists throughout the lifespan. The early years are a critical period of development for young children, with warm, nurturing interactions from adults being the key inputs for optimal development. Unfortunately, we know that children growing up in poverty by the age of 3 will have heard 30 million fewer words than their middle-class peers. The good news is we know what to do. A growing body of research is indicating that high-quality early education programs can prevent or at least reduce the growth of the achievement gap. And the mayor kind of stole my thunder by telling you that Tulsa is actually nationally known for our early childhood programs. Here in Tulsa, we have programs like CAP Tulsa and Tulsa Educare that are made possible through public-private partnerships with funding coming from state and local agencies as well as federal and local philanthropy. So my group, the OU Early Childhood Education Institute, is a key partner for these programs in our community. We work each day doing applied research, gathering high-quality objective data that helps to document and assess these programs so they can continually improve. Founded in 2006 by Director Dr. Diane Horm, and through generous support from the George Kaiser Family Foundation, we've grown to be a thriving research institute working each day in partnership with these programs. Here at OU-Tulsa, right where you sit, we reject the notion of an ivory tower, and we instead strive each day to work with meaningful applied research hand in hand with our community partners. In my group at the ECEI, we work with our community partners with one goal in mind: higher quality outcomes for children. And it's a priority at OU overall to focus on early childhood. Here's a convening recently of faculty from programs as diverse as engineering, business, and allied health, all focused on better understanding early childhood. In doing our work, we are ever mindful that children don't grow up in a bubble, but instead they grow up in a really complex, interconnected system with multiple factors working to support or possibly hinder their development. So our work, we really strive to document this complexity while reaching actionable outcomes. So just what is early education research? People don't really know what that means. So we gather data in a variety of ways. As you can see here, we do direct assessments with children, we observe classrooms, we gather this information, and we put it all together to really understand how those experiences are driving outcomes. And we have good news from our data. Our data show that whenever programs have good, adequate resources and well-educated teachers, they can provide higher quality classroom experiences for young children. Oklahoma has also invested in our infant and toddler programming. The State Department of Education and local philanthropists have invested and show that these investments really do pay off for better experiences for young children, supporting their emotional development and their academic development. Our findings also indicate that these impacts make it to the children. So we have findings from a randomized control trial that show that just 1 year in Educare's programs pay off with higher academic outcomes, better language skills, lower problem behaviors, and better interactions with adults. We also have recent findings from just this fall, just a few months ago, of children entering the TPS pre-K program, that children who'd spent their 3-year-old year at CAP or Educare in a high-quality program came in more prepared to learn and succeed in those 4-year-old programs. These data come from a brand new project that we're super excited about called the Tulsa Seed Study. We're working with colleagues at Harvard and Georgetown to understand the school experiences in early development. So right now, today, I have dozens of observers out in classrooms across Tulsa, and we're seeking to understand and follow over 1,000 children who are currently in their 4-year-old year that we're going to follow each year until they finish 3rd grade to really understand how we are working to sustain that boost that they receive from early education. Importantly, we know that teachers are the crucial element to really helping children's growth through these times. And we know that teachers may not always feel well supported. So we're also working to understand how teachers' stress that they report and they reveal physiologically affects their experiences in the classroom. So just for in case all my cute pictures haven't done it for you, here's a really good economic evidence from a well-known economist that shows that early education is really an important investment. The early the investment, the greater the return. So my take-home message for you today is that Tulsa early childhood education is good news, and we can all truly be proud of this. And with continued funding from local support, state support, federal support, and local philanthropy, we can continue this work for our most vulnerable citizens. Thank you.